We've reported on both protesters and federal agents getting injured at the Portland demonstrations. While protesters and journalists have shared their stories about their injuries on camera, federal agents and officers have not been made available to talk to the media. We've had to rely on officials for any updates on officers getting hurt. And one claim kept getting repeated. The first time we heard it was from White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany.
And tragically, 3 federal officers were likely left permanently blinded by the rioters using lasers pointed directly at their eyes.
Then Willaim Barr repeated it in a House Judiciary Committee.
Thrown things, used explosives, and injured police, including just this past weekend, perhaps permanently blinding 3 federal officers with lasers. We are on the defense. We're not out looking for trouble.
The claims were then repeated in Forbes and the New York Times. We asked the Department of Homeland Security for more information on the agents, who they were, how they're doing, but they never responded. Then Tuesday, Department of Homeland Security's acting Deputy Secretary, Ken Cuccinelli, said in a U.S. Senate subcommittee the agents were in fact temporarily blinded, that it was not permanent.
As I understand it, they're using, it's not a little pointer, it's a serious weapon that they're using potentially to cause permanent blindness in law enforcement officers. Is that right?
We've had a number of officers who had days-long blindness. So far, they've all kind of come back, if you will.
Officers have been injured at protests. Cuccinelli said at least 277 injuries have been reported on the 140 federal agents at the Marco Hatfield Courthouse. But as far as officers being permanently blinded by lasers, we can verify that is not true. For The Story, I'm Kristen Severance, KGW News.